together as many of these dry bits as you can, because if it's hanging up, it's going to be a lot drier than off the ground. My knees are already frozen, that's why it's good to sit on the cardboard. Now I can see where the fire's at. Now we're rocking. You're not going to want to miss this, because I'm going to teach you a very important survival mechanism and strategy that is 100% free and will absolutely save your bacon if you're ever stranded out here in the cold, the wet, the snow, either because your car broke down, you got lost on the trail, or God forbid, you just got caught up in bad weather. This is going to save your life. Do not miss this. I'm going to show you a secret trick that I've been using for 20 plus years to start fires when it's wet and all your wood is soggy doggy, and it's 100% free. So check it out.
Yeah, I make bad choices, but I make them with style. Let's go. Let's go. Rolled up in boots with the dust still fresh. Neon flickers.
All right, welcome back, guys, to another episode of Homestead Vlogs. As you can clearly see, well, it is a wet, snowy, nasty day. It wasn't too bad earlier, or quite a bit more snowy earlier. It's melted off a lot, which means that it's a sloppy, nasty mess. Everything is wet, everything is soaked. And just look at this. Mud, nasty, goodness. Everything's coming down. That tree actually, that totally snapped. That did actually snap. Look at that. Son of a biscuit. Yeah, she just broke. Huh. I have to take her down. Right over the top of the trail there. I have to bring out old tractor and tear her down there, because I ain't gonna help nothing. I have to get the saw as well too, for that matter. Of course, when I don't have a battery for the electric saw, so I have to do it by hand probably. But anyway, we are back. Nasty, snowy day. I'm finally, first day, not actually super sick. As you guys saw earlier on one of the earlier episodes, we were out here when the snow was still nice and fresh. But we also have a birthday celebration today, so we're gonna have to make the Homestead barbecue, which means we're gonna have to start up the Cowboy grill. But everything is soaked, snowy, nasty, wet. So I figured, why not show you guys how to actually make a survival fire using all the stuff we talked about in earlier episodes for your truck camping and overlanding accessory kit. And I'm gonna show you guys how to actually get a fire started in the wet, soggy, cold, humid Northwest day using wood available outside, and those tips and tricks which you're not gonna wanna miss, because this may actually save your life when you really need it. So let's go ahead, pop into the shop there. We got to get some tools and equipment. I also got to cut that damn branch down as well too. Clear the way. Let's go ahead and get set up. And I'll show you some very key things that you're not going to want to miss, because this will save your life, especially this one piece of extremely free budget DIY survival gear that's going to save your bacon when it's freezing cold and wet and gross. So don't miss it. So let's get started. Let's go. Woo. Whoa, it is slippery. Slippery when wet. All right. Oh boy, it is soggy doggy out there. You're not gonna wanna miss this. As you guys saw, we're gonna start up the Cowboy grill. And because of that, we're gonna need 3 important pieces of equipment here to actually get it done. First, we're gonna need a shovel to clear out the old and wet ash and snow around the area. Then, of course, we're gonna need a wire to clear our pit and hole so it can breathe from underneath. And then, of course, number 3, which is actually the most important thing, is we're going to need our special secret weapon. And believe it or not, it is actually not petroleum, not lighter fluid, not any of that, and it's 100% free. You probably got stacks of it right now. And it's going to be your best survival bet in this soggy, wet, snowy, cold, wet environment. And it's going to save your life, so don't miss it. I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to do it. But first, let's gather our equipment, chop that damn branch down, get the fire started, and I'll show you what to do next. Let's go. All right, well, first up, we're gonna need 2 different axes here. One, we're gonna need a felling axe, or we're gonna use the Husqvarna forestry axe. Sweden, yeah. Anyway, that's what we're gonna need to do the choppy. Now, that's gonna be a little bit later, but because we're doing 2 different things today, well, we're gonna need 2 different sets of tools. Now, we're gonna need a good splitter, because forestry axe, look at them cheeks. They need to puff out a little bit more to be a good splitting tool. It's a good cutter. That's why it's a forestry axe. It can split, but you know what? We're not going to stress it out because we got other tools here. So we're going to need a shovel as well too. Let's go and pack her over here. See if I can get my fat ass across this minefield over here. We're going to need one of them splitters over there that has a fatter cheek face, and of course a little bit duller blade so we can just smash right through. You don't need a maul necessarily, but you're going to need a good splitter. And of course we're going to need a shovel. 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 That one will do. All right, let's grab our shit and go. Set up the cam here. All right, let's pick our selection here. This is nice, brand new. Don't know if I want to do that one. Now this one, you can see she's been beaten up a little bit, but she's still got a good edge to her. And look at those cheeks, how they puff out, compared to the Husky. You can see the big difference there. Cutter, splitter. Still good for cutting, but she'll also split when she gets down over here, and that's what we need. So it's gonna be our splitting one, and we need to get the chevelet. See if we got a better one around. I guess not. We'll just use this one. What was that one? That one? No, not that one. All right, we're just gonna use this one. Hey, anybody want to help volunteer to reorganize my shit? That'd be great. All right, whoa, hey. All right, let's get out of here before I fall over. Here we go. Yeah. First up, we're gonna get the fire started. It's gonna take a while to burn down. So while she's smoking and burning down, we can come up here, cut that branch down, maybe crank the tractor up, and go ahead and just pull the entire tree out. No point. There's no other shoots coming off of that little stem over there. That's gonna die off. We're just gonna cut her flat to the base, get her out of here, and take her over there to where we saw the cougar tracks. Hopefully we don't get pinched, but we got our good survival knife. And then of course we got our 9mm with 147 grain hard balls. Yeah, it's good enough for the job. It'll do. Anyway, now I need to get lighter fluid to fill in my actual lighter itself. That's the only thing we're going to use is any sort of petroleum kickoff source. You use matches, you can use a variety of different things. We're going to go ahead and just demonstrate with just a normal lighter, but you can use storm matches, whatever. That's not the secret message, and not the secret piece of recipe either. That's coming up next. So, let's go get our shit out of the Super Jank truck and get rocking. I don't remember what I did with the keys with this truck. I have a setup or backup set. Don't know where the hell that is. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop the battery because I'm gonna just electro pop it. It's good enough room there. I got a whole survival box and kit in there, which I'll show you guys, because that actually has some important stuff that you always keep in your rig. And of course, a secret recipe as well too, which I'll show you that part coming right up. Anyway, let's get some power going here. Get this battery out of the way here. I'm just gonna hang it loose for right now, because all I need is just enough juice just to pop the popper. Pop like a drop it, pop like a drop it. There you go. We got to come back to finish this thing because we have to find where that short is, somewhere along the cam sensor terminal B line. B line. B line to me, that's what it is. All right. Hey, look at that. Sweet home Alabama. Now we got the hammer. All right. Hopefully I still have the damn thing in here. You know what? I actually have my duster in here. I could just wear that. It's a little bit too heavy though. I'm really kind of sweaty. Last thing you want to do when you're out here in the cold and in the wet is be overdressed, because you're going to oversteam yourself. First of all, build up a lot of moisture inside from both outside and from your own sweat. And you're actually going to end up causing a lot more harm to yourself because you're going to chill out. That's not good. You want to have a little more breathable. You may feel a little bit more of a cold air on you. That's fine. You can build that up by moving, but you need breathable fabric. Unless it's downpouring heavy on you, you need to be underneath some kind of sharp shell or hard shell. Otherwise, you're going to sweat, and once you sweat, you're effed. So this is the key thing. Don't overdress for the weather. Better to feel a little bit colder while you're standing still, because you can warm it up and have some breathable fabric. That's why the Carhartt's good. Very thin liner over here. Very easy to breathe. Breathable duck fabric, not greased, not waxed. Just a simple sweatshirt underneath, which I can take off and on if I need to. Hat, which I can remove very quickly. Gaiter, which I can pull down, let my neck breathe. That's what you need. And of course, we have a bandana here to cover us from the smoke, because that's going to be happening here next. Now, see if I still have that kit back here. There you are, you son of a bitch. All right, I'm gonna crawl up in there. This is another reason why I like the 9mm, because I can actually fit it in my pocket and crawl up in and under. Whoa, got her. Right there, inside of a sealed ammo case. This has all your survival kit right there that you'll need to survive just about anything. Got that, and I also want to show you guys some cool shit I got at a garage sale. Check this shit out. Let me show you all something I think you like. First of all, I got a bunch of frames for our artwork here. You can't see shit, can you? Hold on, let me get a light on it. Put you guys right there. There you go. First of all, we got an old reel-to-reel film player, and of course, we have old films and cartoons. Now, this is not great to store them like this, but whatever. Whatever is there is there. We got Puss in Boots. We got all the cool stuff, classic. This thing actually does work. We just need to fix the actual drive belt, which is a very quick and easy process. Then we can play reel to reel, and of course make sure the light bulb works. That's what that's for. Then of course we have a good old cutaway books for our bookcase. Check that out. Now in here, we can store ammo, we can store all kinds of good stuff, keep things separated, take these plates out of here if we need to, store a pistol, store whatever. Free from a garage sale, man. That's just freaking wicked. Store that there. Look at that. Dia slides. People will be like, freaking nerd. I'm not going to rob you, you damn nerd. Anyway, let's show you what's inside this case here. This is from Harbor Frate, our sponsor, not sponsor. Anyway, check this out. Sealed, lockable. It's got the rubber seal there. Right here. Check it out. So you can stay nice and weather tight. And this is all the survival kit you would need in your truck at all damn times. Lighter fluid for when you really, really need it, either to start your lighter or to get stuff kicking. Gas if you have the butane, because butane is better against wind. That's the number one thing. A good hunting knife right here. Very packable, very light, quick draw case. Look at that. Good old gutter right there. Bespoke post. Very, very nice knife. Love this thing. This is from Rill, R-I-L-L. Very, very nice piece of thing here. Chainsaw. Literally right here. Hand-powered chainsaw. Big thing to keep. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Big old clomper for when you really need to get some cooking going. There you look at that. This is from Messermeister. Jawohl. Folding knife. This guy is a camper and a chef. Outdoor chef. So he makes the stuff that you really, really need. Fantastic. Bespoke post again. Sharp as all shit. Like I'm kind of scared. Liner lock. Kind of need two hands to close it. Otherwise you're going to chop your damn finger off. All right. Glasses repair kit, which kind of spilled all over the place here. Because if you have glasses or anything, you're going to need this repair kit. Kind of spilled it all over. Simple multi-tool right here. Small in size, packable. You could chuck it in your pocket when you're camping, moving. Pliers, key thing there. Knives, screwdrivers, bits. You need it. Very, very simple, nice to have. Electrical tape, indispensable. Same with duct tape. Keep a roll in there. Paracord. This is fantastic. Tie up tarps. I always keep tarps in here too. And of course, the secret weapon as well. And of course, you can light this stuff up. It will burn like a slow match, especially if you give it a little bit of juice from the juice bottle. And believe it or not, this will help you set up fires and do a nice, slow, steady burn. That's not the secret weapon for today, though. Let me show you what actually is. Pack my shit back. And what I like about this is it's a sealed box. It's been up here in the shop, out there in the weather, in the truck the whole time, and it's not broken anything down. Boom. Seals it very nice. Now, of course, you always keep a tarp in here, which I do have, kind of buried underneath my shit there. I got a duster, which is going to be part of a camo package episode, which is coming up next. And, of course, the secret weapon. Right there. Remember what I told you guys? Always keep cardboard flattened down in your truck. That will save your bacon 101 times over. Over and over again. Whether you need to repair your vehicle, whether you need to pack it in for warmth, or you need to burn it. That stuff burns hot, burns dry, and dries out your wood. That's the secret weapon we're going to be using. I'm going to show you how to build it in such a way to make it like an oven to actually work to build a good contiguous fire. So let's grab our shit here. All we need is a lighter fluid to fill up our Zippo so we can touch everything off. This will stay up here. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll get this filled up, and then we'll pack everything back. And we'll head down, clean up our grill, get it started, come back up, get the tractor, get everything else, and do the rest of our homestead work. Let me show you how to start the fire. Because it's not just lighting cardboard. You have to have a little bit of strategy behind it, and I'll show you what to do. I need a filming light here somehow. Like this. Yeah, actually, I'll flip this around. Like this. Hey, look at that. So a filming light right there. Cool. Now, this is my survival Zippo right here. Of course, it's bright orange. That's just a case. You can fill this in with either the gas sleeve or the lighter fluid sleeve, right? Either the butane or the lighter fluid sleeve. Now, lighter fluid sleeve is great because you can fill it with any burnable oil, essentially. It does dry out over time, so you have to keep these refilled. The gas holds better, and of course, the gas is much more windproof. But, you know, sometimes you're going to do what you can do. I'm going to show you guys with just a simple, basic Zippo without the gas insert today. So what you're going to do, you have a little fill hole here that you can fill it in. But I like to open up the actual sleeve itself. Now, of course, that's why the little tool is helpful, because you can pull that sucker out. Actually, I'm just going to pull out my knife. I'm not going to reopen this box. Oh, shit. After I got everything set up here. I really need a film crew. Like, seriously. I cannot tell you how goddamn annoying it is to have to set everything up yourself. We're going to use the Talkeetna here, because this is my outdoor survival knife. Pop that sucker out. This is the Forged in Fire knife made by the actual Forged in Fire contestant at his Alaska shop. And he built me, my dad, and my brother one. And he builds it for everybody, not just anything special. Like, he has his own shop. You could buy his shit. And I like it. It's very well done, made from railroad iron. So you just pull the sucker up. You don't have to necessarily, but it makes it easier. And go ahead and fill up your fabric here. It's got a little bit of like a foam on the inside there, like a cloth or what we call the cotton ball kind of thing. Fill it up. You don't want to overflow it. If you start having anything dripping through your base here or your head, you've overfilled it. You don't need much. Anyway, it's going to dry out over time, so we're not going to waste a bunch of lighter fluid. Just get enough in there so you can touch it off. Now what you're going to do is you're going to wait for it to kind of soak in. Make sure you don't have any overspill here. And now you're going to make sure that it can get up into your actual wick and start vaporizing. Because you're not actually burning the wick. You're actually burning the vaporizing volatile oil that builds up and soaks up on here. Let's see if we can touch her off. Bada bango. Ain't no tango. We're good to go. All right, let's head on down. Let's pack our shit and get on down. Let's go. All right, only so much I could do with the lighting there. So just gonna film the quick part here. Make sure we take our battery off. We still got her on the battery tender. I'll show you guys how to do a jump start with the old diesel battery we have left. Because that one is a good standby battery for charging stuff or jumping stuff off. Just gonna pack those away. Make sure we touch nothing. Make sure those don't jump up into the rear terminals. That's why I use both terminals. One for charging, and then I cover them. And then the top one's for the actual truck operation. As a conversion that I did, and I can show you how to do that next if you guys are interested. Super easy to do, nothing difficult. Converting it from the side mount over to top mount marine style. It's really easy, it's nothing to it. I can show you if you guys are interested, comment below. Anyway, let's head down. Skiing down the hill, skiing down the hill. So if you need to slide down the hill, it goes sideways like this. Anchor yourself, anchor yourself, anchor yourself, anchor yourself, anchor yourself. There you go. Easy, all right. Let's go set up and do our thing. Let's go. All right. Whew, slippery. Wind wet. It's a beautiful day today. Cool. Good day for barbecue. Look at the deer tracks. These are old. Cougar track was a lot newer. Let's get set up and we'll do our choppy. Set up underneath the tree here. There we go. All right, so clearly everything is wet and soggy. It doesn't matter how much you cover your wood or how well you season it. In this environment, we have like 80% humidity all the time, rain all the time, snow all the time. Everything just gets wet, no matter what you do. And that's why the secret weapon is a secret weapon. It burns hot, burns dry, catches easily, maintains fire, and helps dry out the wood and allows it to catch up. You can get it all from Costco every time you go shopping for free. I mean, this glossy stuff ain't the best. This is going to be our oven, so we're going to set it up like an oven door, or you could do it with the flat stuff as well too by reestablishing it back into a box and cutting a door. We have that kind of ready here, but we're going to modify this still. Now this corrugated stuff here is what we really need to actually do the fire starting itself. This of course will burn up on its own. This is what we really need here. This is just going to be our windbreak and weather protector. Perfect. And that's why the waxiness is going to be good for that part. So let's go get set up. We'll chop some wood. We'll get started. Ooh, that's kind of floody. Okay, let's walk in the snow, walk in the snow, don't you know? All right, let's chuck stuff underneath the tree for right now. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's get the grill set up here. First, we gotta get this thing out of the snow. Hey, look at that, cleaned up by winter already. Cool. Put this guy over here. Good. All right. Let's see, we might not even have any wet ashes in this one yet. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we got some stuff stuck in there. That's okay. We'll get our bucket out. Get that cleaned off here. Let's get it upright. There you go. Yeah, all that's wet. Gonna have to pull all that out. We'll get this somewhere where it's gonna be a little safer. Throw this in there. Right up. Let's pull it maybe over here. There we go. So don't smoke up the whole house. And back over here a little bit more. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, something like that. That'll work. All right, first let's clear our fire area. There we go. This wet shit is gonna ruin the fire. I'm gonna clear all that out. Plus, it's gonna make your meat taste noxious, so you don't want to have that. Now we're going to save this for the garden. Okay. Now we're going to need our piece of wire here. Of course, it would be better if it was longer, but it'll be fine. Let's find our little pitting hole right in there. Make sure we can punch through. So you need to have air flowing. Clear that up as best we can. There we go. As we can. There we go, like that. This will be a little bit longer so we can make the turn, but that's fine. Should work just fine. All right, dump the rest of the water out. Go over here on the base. Should clear up the base here. Go around the turn there, if you can. There we go. All right. Drill it. Oh yeah, now we can go a little deeper in there. Now we're making the turn. Now we're making the turn. There you go. Actually, we can get some air breathing in there. All right, let's dump the rest of the water out. There we go. So back over. Yeah. Yeah. Boy, gonna need to de-rust this thing. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Yeah. Yeah, good thing we have snow. Clean as a whistle. Perfect. Now we're gonna have to go and get wood. So would you believe it? Let's go ahead and head on under. A little storage here. Wow. Now you can see this just from the air, how wet it is here. And no matter how you store your wood, it's just gonna be soggy doggy. Oh, Jesus. And this side was not covered, it got blown off. It's okay, we're still gonna use it. It's perfectly fine. Let's see, we need something that we can shave down. That looks pretty good. This is halfway dry, which is nice. Not super dry, you can tell it's a little wet there. We're gonna grab some wet pieces too to demonstrate this fully. So that way you can see exactly how to do it. Of course, you wanna grab as dry as you can. And if you can't, I'll show you something else here. Let's put this here on the chopping block. All right. Be careful how I walk in the snow here. Wah! Bam! It's hard for me to breathe, I'm still all congested. Now, if you're out there in the brush, of course, you're not gonna have a dry piece of wood just hanging out. So what you're gonna need to do is head under a dead fir tree here. And you're gonna look, or not for necessarily dead, but you're gonna look for the ones that are hanging up there are gonna be as dry as humanly possible. Like this right here is pretty good. If you can at least snap it, it should be dry enough. This is actually still kind of green. This part's dry. You want to gather as many of these dry bits as you can, because if it's hanging up, it's going to be a lot drier than on the ground. You don't want to get stuff that's off the ground because it's going to be too wet. You need to have at least something dry-ish with some resin in there. It's going to help you in a survival situation. All right, let's get some of this. These bits here. These bits here. That's still green. If it's dry, it should break off very, very easily. Something like that. Let's see this guy here. Oh yeah, it's pretty dry. All right, should be good to get started. Grab that stuff, head on over. That way you can find dry stuff, even if you are stranded somewhere in the forest. Still a little wet, but it's a lot drier than on the ground. Yeah, put that there. Put it over here for right now. Cool. All right, let's shave up some bits here, first of all. Ooh, what was that? Stuff sliding out? The way the snow falls, it makes me freaked out. Something's like running up on me. Cool, now we're gonna take our splitter here, and we're gonna try to find the veins of the wood, see where the rings are going, and which way your wood fiber is running. You wanna go parallel to that. You wanna fight against. Let's see, about right here somewhere. Let's see, go a little bit closer to the edge maybe. See right here? There we go. You wanna get as small of a piece as possible here. There you go. There you go. And then you just kind of eat backwards. See, it's not super dry. Still pretty resiny and kind of wet. I want some shears, some shims, some chunks. And I want some ones that we could cut up into strips as well too. So I'm going to kind of pre-break the fibers down along. And we're going to split down. All right, something like that. And then over here as well too. There you go. There we go. All right, now we're going to cross cut here because we don't need the whole thing there. Just enough to get it started. There we go. Just need some little bits to get started here. There we go. Good. Like that. Like that. You know, more deeper you can go into the interior, drier it's going to be. Shake that off. Let's see. I'm doing the knot there, which is not funny, but at least I can cut some. See if we can get some from the outer shell here maybe. This is not so great as the inside hearthwood. It'll be a little bit better, but we can only do what we can do. All right, here we go. Section not too dry, or not too wet. All right, I want some strips here. Yeah, looks pretty good. That should be all right for right now. We'll get some wetter pieces here in a sec. We'll start drying them out in the fire, and I'll show you how to set that up to set your wood to dry when it's wet like this, so you can roll it into the fire when needed. See, which way is our grain running? You can tell? So we're going across, we need to go this way. And we're going to hit right on top of that knot, which is not great. See if we can even break any off here. I got some off. See if we can work away from that knot somehow. From right here cutting inwards, we can probably get better without the knot. Yeah, we're fracturing pretty good. Fracturing pretty good. All right, let's go a little bit more. Miss. So I'm doing it with the dull and over here by the soft dirt so it doesn't damage the hatchet. Miss. Yeah. And yeah. That looks pretty good. Let's see if we can split that one down. Soil's too soft for that trick. This would be drier soil. I just sunk down in there. All right. Let's see if we just drive it across here. You don't want to pry with your hatch, so you want to make sure you cut instead. There we go. Cool. Should be enough to get it started. Put it off to the side there. Maybe we'll shave a little bit more of this since we already got some started here. There you go. That'll do. Put her off to the side for right now. Keep her cut side nice and dry. All right. Now I gotta process this down a little bit more. Let's see. Ooh, I'm really getting sweaty. All right, here's pretty good. Now this is where we're gonna go across your fiber to split her down when you have a thin piece already. It's actually pretty good. I'll keep that. All right, get this guy going. Yeah, see, that's why you want to have a dull axe. Better for splitting anyway. Hell of a lot safer too. Can't see with my glasses fogging already. I have to take them off again. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Cool. Should be all right. Got a couple chunks like that. A couple chunks like this. A couple chunks like that. Yeah. Hey. I didn't say you guys fall down. There you go. Stay up. Stay up, you son of a bitch. Hey. Stay up. Stupid GoPro. All right. There we go. Got a little chunkles ready. Should work pretty good. Add this up here. Freaking everything has to fall over always. Ooh, some fall. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's go to the fire and get things set up here. Let's go ahead and grab our stick-a-ma-digs, and grab some of our dry wood there. Show you what to do next. All right. See that stuff on the ground there? That's going to be too wet. It's already been soaked. So I'm going to grab it while it's hanging from a dry tree, the dead-ish tree, or these dead parts. Let's go ahead and put this up here for right now so we're not laying it in the snow. There we go, something like that. Something like that, like that. Okay, we have to get our little box here. And of course you can make a box, flat cardboard if you need to. But we already have one started. Not too worried about that water down there, that's perfectly fine. We have to process this box first. So here's what we got to do next. I'm still all congested right now, so. All right. Gonna take our survival knife out, like this. All right. So first what we're gonna need to do, I need to put you guys down on the ground because you're gonna fall over. Let's go ahead and process our box here. First thing we're gonna need to do, we're gonna have to cut some breather holes here in the backside, just small windows. That's all we need. Just enough to have a little bit of cross vent, but we don't want to expose it to too much airflow. Not yet, anyway. There you go. Like that. Cut that tail off. We'll keep that in the pile over there. We got some side vents already. Let's make a couple more here. Just simple holes. They'll be able to draw enough air through. There you go, something like that. Over here as well too. There you go. Now up top we need to get the fire through. So what we're gonna do, cut a couple of small windows. Not huge, is small, and we're going to leave the flap this time. I'm going to leave the flap kind of like this, like a chimney. There you go. There you go, something like that. Doesn't matter which direction they go. Gonna have them going across from each other. And then, of course, if you don't have a front door, let me show you cut up a front door. So we're gonna open up just a wee bit more. Right here. Right there. Spring her up just a wee bit. Something like this. There we go. That works just fine. All right, let's put her back in where we need to go. Let's put her knife away. So now, put her in there. And you're kind of getting the idea, right? And we have protection, and we have airflow. Of course, we have a little bit of water down there. That's perfectly fine. We're just going to put a bough in the way so it doesn't get soaking up into the wood. This will eventually dry and burn off anyway, so it's perfectly fine. Don't even worry about it. And when the fire ain't going down, it's going up first. All right, so if you got some water down there, you have to either put some sand, some rocks, or even just boughs. Anyway, that water's going to dry off. All right. Stack her there, like that. Boom. All right. We're still going to need this because we're going to need to cut strips of cardboard to be able to make a little fire starter. But first, let's go ahead and grab some wood out of there. It's a little bit on the moist side, so we can start drying that out. And also have something that can catch up as well, too. That's already fogging again. Damn shit. This one's pretty good right here. Nice small piece. Put that guy there. Nice small piece, nice and soggy too, which is great. That's what we want for the demonstration purposes. Get a couple of sauger doggers. And then what we need here is not too bad. A bee nest or something. A spider egg. Yuck. All right. Not a big fan of spiders. I hate the spooters. Hate them damn spooters. Freak the fuck out of me. Fuck me. All right. Here we go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set this up so it dries. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set her up across like this. Got a couple more small pieces here. And we're going to lay some bigger ones across. Anyway, it's going to dry and start falling into the fire once it gets caught up. And so you can make a rip roar real super easy. That's why I always say, flatten down a whole box and then you'll have plenty of good shit with you. And you can do this even with rounds and everything too. I only carry two at a time because I got the camera on the other hand. Yeah. You want to close the flaps down. I'm going to keep those open. Put some up there. Grab a few more pieces. And we're also going to stack around as well too so they can start drying up and catching up. And that way we can feed the fire inwards. All right, grab this guy. And then let's go ahead and grab. That's too dry. I guess we can grab it's a dry-ish one. It's not like you won't necessarily find dry wood out there. See, this kind of got dry rot in it already. It's all dusty from the mites. All right. And we're going to take some more wets. And we're going to pile the wets kind of around in a circle. Crotch cam. There you go. Put it on there. And on top of there, kind of like this. You want to leave a little bit of space so air can go through. This way it can also help dry. Also, the fire can lick through. All right, we got that part started. Gonna keep this down as a wind flap. And we can also fold her up if we need to allow more airflow. God, son of a bitch, I can't do this shit one-handed. Started the one-handed here. Something like that. And we can always fold her down as we need to. So we got some space here. Cool. All right, let's get some more wetters, some soggy doggies, and pack them around, and especially on the back side there. I would love to wear my mask right now, but can't, otherwise I can't speak, and then my whole face is gonna fog up to the point where you can't even see where I am at. The biggest part is preparation for this. Preparation H. Okay, here we go. Pack those guys down here. See, that's why you want to cut your window a little bit higher up so air can flow. And this way you can also have your wood set up here so it can dry. Kind of a circle there. Don't want to pack it too tight, but just enough so it starts drying. Pack over there. Not up in front. Up front, you're going to want to leave that open. Anyway, we have to make enough for a good pile of jar, which is embers or charcoal. And that's what we need to make, because that's what we're going to be cooking on. The hell is that? Somebody left a nose on my wood. Look at that. That's like a schnoz. All right, well, we got to save that one then. The schnoz wood. All right, here we go. Gonna put this one here on the side. I'm just going to roll in as it dries. This one down here. We don't want to block the airflow. Just want to put it in there so it kind of dries up. Something like that. There you go. So now you got a concentric ring. Got up top here the wet stuff. And we're going to use that. And we're going to use what we split. Now we got to chop up the other board here as well too. Let's get this stuff. All right. So first we got a bow down there. So and because we have wet water there, we have to make a little bit of a bridge for it. Let's get a couple of bigger ones here. And these guys here, these planks. Let's make a little bridge over the top of the water there. Right on top of that wet bow. Wet bow. So make a nice little platform for our shit to sit on. And this way the jarre doesn't drop into water. We give it some chance to be able to build up and catch on. Alright, this way it's a jarre catcher. And it's going to smoke like shit, but that's fine. Whatever. Alright, so now we're going to set that up. And we're going to go ahead and build our little pile of ripped up cardboard. We want to get the fuzzy side out. Plenty of air between the pieces. And then we're going to build up some wood around there. And we're going to get our touch off. Let's go. Let's do it. I forgot to hit record when I started filling this thing up. That's what's nice about having this board over here. You can just go and fill it up with all your chunkles. No point to leave them in the grass because then we're going to mow over this area. There you go. Like that, like that. Have a nice big honker here too. All right, let's take this over. All right, cool. La 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 la. Okay, now we don't want to put this on too much of a wet. Fresh snow is okay. It doesn't get as wet as you would think. All right, now we're going to take a survival knife here. Pop her out of the pocket. Pop this guy open. All right. I just got to put that somewhere for right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up some long pieces here. There you go. A little bit of moisture ain't gonna hurt nothing. What I'm gonna want to do is split this down the center here. See, it's two pieces of corrugated right there. You want to try to break this open and apart. I'm gonna try to just tear it open a little, and just tear it so you got fuzzies. You want the fuzzies exposed, as much fuzzy can. And I'm gonna put the fuzzy on the inside. There's a number of different techniques you can do for this. We're going to do kind of a little bit of a barrel roll with a tent over the top. That's kind of our name of our game here. Let's go ahead and get that ready. I don't want to get a wet knee, so I'm going to come up off the snow here. All right. Go something like that. Tear that up. And split this open. There you go. That's why it's always good to have this corrugated cardboard here at hand, you know. You just do a shit ton with it. Let's try to open this up a little more if we can. You're going to try to stay away from undersided trees because, excuse me, you don't want to have your snow dropping in there, water dropping, and then of course you don't want to have crap fall on you. And of course you don't want to start a fire into the trees because those will dry out. This stuff will burn plenty hot. You want that interior side here. That's the best part. That's why you want to keep corrugated cardboard crushed up in your truck. Not crushed, but flattened. Pack that off the side for right now. Put this over here. I want to pack it back in. I'm going to need the knife again. See, that's what I'm saying about layers. I'm starting to sweat. That's not good, because sweat will get you wet. Wet will get you killed. So open yourself up. Let yourself breathe. Slow your pace down. Wet will get you killed. Sweat will get you wet. Wet will get you killed. You got to stay dry. So if you have to, let the steam off. All right, anyway, this is what we're going to do next here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this one here. I'm going to kind of crush it and roll it into a little bit of a barrel here with a nice open center. Nice open century. Something like that. Kind of like that. Actually, we want the fuzzy side is inside. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these little bits. And we're just going to lightly pack it in there. You don't want to pack it dense. You want room for flame to spread and catch on. This here. Just lightly pack it in there. Something like that. There you go. Okay. And we're going to come back to our firebox. And right in there, you're going to set it up on one of the woods here. Let's bring these a little bit closer together. We have a nice little platform there. Okay, like that. Now you're going to take your other pieces of cardboard here. Something like this. Just going to kind of set this guy around here. Go over the top like a little bit of a tent. So see, you got a barrel and a tent, right? And then now, what we're going to do is we're going to start building our wood pile here with our nice little tindry bits here. So we have a little platform to hold them up on. Kind of like that. There's one piece. There's another piece here. Pack the guy in there. Put it all the way off to the side. So what's nice about having these inner lips on this box here is you can set stuff up off the wet. Alright, got some more pieces here. So we want to leave this front part fluffy and open. So if you see it crushing, move your stuff further back. Alright. I'm going to make this into a little bit more of a tent. I should have got another piece right there to kind of hold that up. That's okay, we can work it from here. Something like that. Alright, something like this. The number one thing about fire making is prep work. Once you have everything prepped, you're good. Last thing you want to do is just run and run and run. Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys with the wet sticks, or those semi-dry sticks. I'm going to show you what to do with that part next here. Hold on. Build up the fire here. See, this is reasonably dry once you get onto the inside. So that's the other thing too. If you find dead wood or down wood, get into the heart. The heartwood not only is better for burning, burns longer, burns hotter, but also stays dry. That's a key thing. This is down in the water. I don't want that touching the water. All right, get it over there. It's just all about the prep right now. Put that over there for now. It's a small piece. Goes over here. Prep will keep you wet. Prepping is your weapon. There you go. That's what I want to say. That sounds better. All right. Now, the rest of your cardboard, just got to kind of fill in some gaps here. Stuff that in there. Actually, don't knock your shit over because it's just hanging loose there, okay? Some more cardboard pieces. This way you can also keep your stuff up off the snow. You can also make a seat for yourself and a bed for yourself so you stay up off the snow as well. Too, cardboard has a good R factor. Well, better than lying on the ground. R factor to it. R factor. Pack that under there. There you go. All right. We'll put this back over here like so. Cool. All right. Now we're going to need is a chunkle to kick her off with. So I'm going to need to grip up another piece. You're going to want to make a little bit of a torch for yourself to kick it off. There you go. Cool. All right, let's make a bit of a torch for myself here. Kind of cut that open a little bit so I can get a little bit of a torchy bit here. I'm going to make a torch and a handle here. Put that there, like so. Like this. Okay, I want to spread this open a little bit more. Like that. There you go. It's a little bit moist, but that's okay. Should catch on pretty good. Cardboard is great for catching on very hot. Okay. So now, we got this prepped. I'm going to put this off to the side for right now. Put a stick on top to hold my shit together. There you go. Let's go ahead and grab those branches. There you go. Now these guys, we're gonna have to break up a little bit here. Put you down here real quick. There you go. There you go. Gonna break it up. And break it up. Break it up a little bit. And now these guys, because these are a little bit damp, we're gonna just kind of rip up and pack inside. So that's what we're gonna do. Try to get some bits off of here. Some of these whispers. There you go. Pack that in. We're going to pack it onto the inside part here. Kind of up and away. Make sure we don't knock our shit over. There you go. Something like that. Grab these kind of broken bits here. Bits and bobs right here. There you go. It's hard to pay attention to the camera and to what I'm doing at the same time. So it'd be great to have a film crew. Okay. Something like that. And this guy right off the ground here. Pack this in kind of right up in here. Off to the side there. All right, good. This kind of came out a little bit, so we want to pack that in a little tighter. Lift this up a little bit because we need it to breathe. You need airflow. Airflow is your key here. Knees in the snow, which I don't like, so I'm going to actually put my feet onto the cardboard here. Ah, there you go. Oh, man, it's a difference between having your body on cardboard versus directly on the snow. Cardboard is an amazing survival mechanism. Cheap, free, everywhere. Everyone has it. And it's so easy to just break up and keep in your truck. Now this is a little bit moist now for my gloves. Should catch off just fine though. I have to take my glove off to operate things. Fingers are too fat to begin with. Alright, there we go. All right, now of course if you got any wind, you want to make sure you're not getting windy. See where the wind's blowing? Yeah, wind is going that way, so you want to be on the windward side. Hold on, let's try to block the wind somewhere. Now I'm directly on the snow and that hurts my knees here. It's hard to do this and still be in frame here. Come on, where the frick is the wind blowing this thing? There we go. Hard to do because I'm also paying attention to the camera and to what I'm doing at the same time. It's not catching yet. Of course the wind is blowing, so I have to somehow block this with my body here. Hard to demonstrate this while also filming. There we go, now we're getting a good fire. Cool, cool, cool. You want to angle it downwards, because fire likes to go up inside the tube here. So careful you don't catch your arm on fire. There you go. Ooh, okay, now we're going to stick her into right here. So hold her up a little bit. Fire's just coming up. I think she died out already. Yeah, it died out already. Okay. Hard to do this with the camera filming at the same time because I have to move the camera and film. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, survival DIY is not easy to do. There we go. I get caught up a little bit more. Dry it out. Let's see. Am I still filming? I better still be filming because it'd be funny if I catch this thing off and then the filming in there. Woo! Hello. Okay, come on. Okay, where's the fire at? There you are. Okay, I need to block it with the wind somehow. Oh, let's start that off again. Am I out of fuel already? Ooh, hot, hot, hot. No, it's burning, it's burning. I just don't know where the fuck the fire is. Where the hell is the fire? Sorry, I may have to do this just without filming it because I cannot see where the fire is and doing this at the same time. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we got her. Now we got her. Okay. Gonna keep it upside down there. By the time I pick up the camera and try to show you guys, it's right out again. Anyway, if fire making was easy, everyone would be able to do it. So let's try this again. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna need a more fuzzy bit here. By the time I get it started, I have to get the camera ready, and then it's already out again. That's just annoying. All right, here we go. Let's try this again here. Put this in there. There we go. All right, here we go. My knees are already frozen. That's why it's good to sit on the cardboard. Now I can see where the fire's at. Cool. Where the flame at? Where the flame at? Where the flame at? Where the flame at? Now we got her. 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 That's why we want to get the inside of the cardboard there. It's going to be able to flame up much better. Now you just let her open. Just set her off in there. There you go. Oops. Kind of knocked her out there. There you go. Pack her a little bit better there. One of my sticks here. Fair enough here. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Get her in. Get her in. Get her in. Sorry, I forgot to film. I'm paying attention to the fire now. There we go. There you go. Let her get caught up. Try to get off the snow here. Oh. Oh. See, that's a mistake. That will get you killed. So you need to be sitting on the cardboard there. But because I can go inside, I'm good. So I can take that risk to show you guys how to do. There you go. Look at that. Once we got her touched off, she's rocking. Rocket, 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 baby, rocket. Oh, look at the spiders moving. You're gonna roast, buddy. Run! Run, buddy. There we go. There you just get it off. See now, you see the inside in between those are kicking off? That cardboard that we filled in there. So we're gonna fill in those gaps of cardboard. There we go. Now she's kicking, now she's kicking, now she's kicking. She's catching on the rest, catching on the rest, catching on the rest. Catching on the rest. And once cardboard gets kicking off, it burns extremely hot. That's what's nice. It helps dry wood out very easily. It's not like something's moving in the brush, but it's just the snow. There you go. No extra fuel. No extra nothing. Just a bunch of gas. Just a bunch of ass gas. There you go. Now you see wood is popping. So you see our little sticks over there? They already started popping, which is good. They're getting their water out, drying off, catching on, catching on, catching on. Now you see we got wind blowing too, actually. Now, actually, what's nice is this is going to help catch and direct the airflow. And you see as the wind just kicked on, it already kicked up the fire. It's perfect. Now we're rocking. Now we're rocking. See? Look at that. That's what we want to do. Is you want to catch some wind and allow some flow, but you don't want to have it blown wild. So that's why we want to build a protector here. And you can do this just even out of a already flattened cardboard box. Run, buddy. I feel bad about you here. Hold on, man. You're going to die. No, seriously. Hey, bro. I don't know. Figure your own shit out, I guess. There you go. Now she's kicking. Like that. Perfect. And of course, this allows you to have vents for your smoke first, and also keep it from blowing back at you. That's why you got the flaps there. Also keep any rain or snow drop from falling in. And you got cross flow from back over there. Of course, you got front flow. It can catch some wind without blowing everything out. And then fire is going to come up through those holes and start drying up your wood here as well too. Now you got to have the rest of your wood ready, because before your oven starts catching on the walls, you want to get some extra wood in there. You want this to catch up first. Right now it's not caught up enough yet. Let her catch, let her catch, let her catch. And you can start blowing in there if you want to. If you want to introduce a little extra air, won't hurt nothing. You can also keep like a little tire pump, like those air pumps, and very slowly, very carefully. Or you can just take a frickin' leaf blower and blow on it too, but pretending it's a survival situation. Let me go ahead and put my... Woo, see how much that little bit of air just touched it off? Whoa. Let's put my cowboy mask on. See, look at that, now you got fire coming up through. It's going to dry out the rest of your shit and knock her down. But before that happens, we want to build her up a little bit more firewood here. So let me get my mask on, and then we'll go ahead and keep popping her in. I don't have time for that. All right, I ain't got time to put the thing on. I have to hurry up with this because my box is already catching. All right, just going to have to breathe some smoke. Ain't going to kill you. Not yet, anyway. That's the problem when you have to film for yourself because you don't have multiple hands. You just want to pack that in. You want to get a good base going already. There you go. Put some bigger pieces in there too, let them catch up. Let them dry, let them catch, let them dry, let them catch. Put this big one here in the front. Let that get caught up here. I'll put this one up top here. Woo! Put this one up top here. Woo, woo! Put this one up top here. Woo, woo! All right, look at that. Didn't touch it off anymore. It's just one touch. Look at that shit. Man, she's going hot already. Nice. Where the hell did my microphone go? All right, there you go. Now she's gonna start collapsing. It's perfectly fine. Cardboard's gonna feed in. You got plenty of wood underneath there to keep the fire going. And then as this kind of burns away, it's gonna collapse in and just self-feed. And then of course, as more and more dries, it's gonna self-feed, self-feed. I got that one. There's just a little bit of a base of support there, so it don't fall in altogether. Let's move this away. Get my knife out of there. All right. Whew. Now she's kicking. Let's go ahead and grab a bigger piece over here. I'm gonna have to split some more pieces off. Let's go ahead and do that in the meantime. All right. Now you can see how quickly that's catching up. We're gonna have to be ready to man it here pretty soon. Set this up here. There we go. Now I'm going cross grain because I don't have much of a choice at this point. There's not a lot left on the with the grain wood. There we go. Actually, I might be able to trim a little bit more off cross grain. Let's see. What can I do here? There we go. There we go. See if we can knock it off a little bit. It's right on top of that fucking knot, which is not funny. There we go. See, can I knock some pieces? Probably can. Let's see from right here. Right here in that stupid knot there. There we go. See what we can break off here. If we can break off anything. Not yet. This is a little bit too dull for chopping. There we go. There we go. Right there in the stupid knot. Let's throw some more dry on there. Woo! That's actually not even needed anymore. All right. That's actually not even needed anymore. Let me show you why. Where's my fire stick at? Oh, there you are. Why does everything fall to the ground always? Check that out. All that wet wood ain't wet no more. Whoa, that is actually really freaking hot. Holy crap. Ah, yeah. I want to bundle it together so it makes a protective circle here. So it can also dry up, but enough airflow. You want to have vents cutting through the top and through the bottom. You know, see, that's when you see them stacking like this. Airflow on bottom, vent up top. You want the convection current. Look at that. That wood ain't wet no more. Oh, and then of course you have extra cardboard in case you need it. We're gonna move this away. It's gonna be my bench to sit on, so I'm not sitting on snow. Well, there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Not bad. Yeah. Cool. Actually need my fire stick. Where'd my fire stick hit? Let's see over here. Of course it's gonna smoke because it's wet wood, right? I mean, clearly it was wet. Left outside in the rain, uncovered, and of course snowed on. So you want to get away from the noxious plumes there of the decaying wood because it is half rotten. Just gotta move it in, move it in. See, right now I'm smothering too much smoke. I need to open the vents. This is how you can control your speed and rate of burn. Because of course we want to make charcoal, so we actually want to burn a little bit and oxic. But first we got to build up a good base. So for that, we're gonna have to get it hot. And then we can start smothering the bottom layer and let the rest of the wood burn anoxically. That means no oxygen, or limited oxygen in this case, because you can't really get it no, but at least you can limit it. And that way, at least you have long burning charcoal for cooking. Well, of course this will get you plenty warm. And it is plenty warm already. I'm getting hot. Hot. There we go. There you go. See how I'm moving around? Now we got a vent and convection going. See how much hotter it burns. Now it's even burning the wood gas. Because a lot of this is gas, not just smoke. A lot of it's wood gas. Speaking of which, excuse me. Is it nasty? Yeah, it's nasty. Am I nasty? Yeah, I'm nasty. Do I care? Nah. Whatever. I'm a woodsman. What do you expect? And don't take me to the frickin' gala after all. Okay. Let them vent, let them vent. You see it's smoking too much, Open the vent. So you gotta have a fire stick at hand. Move it up a little higher like that to open the vent. Close this bottom half down a little bit more. Keep the fire together. Open this up at top. And now you see this burning the wood gas. That's what you want right now when you're building your base. Keep that wood gas burning. That's a good marker. Ooh, it's really getting warm here. Getting pretty damn warm. See, once we got it touched off, that was one. One and done. That's why corrugated cardboard and some wax cardboard to make a protective base, even to sit on and sleep on. Crush it, stays flat in your truck, keep it forever. I mean, look at this. Look at that, right there. That was just one small box from Costco. Let me show you what else we got. And you can see what I'm talking about. Keep it even in the other truck, because you never know. Out there in the woods, out there on the road, shit happens. You need a signal, you need to stay warm, you need to cook, you need to survive, right? Well, keep some crushed corrugated cardboard. I'm just telling y'all, I'm telling you. It's free. How much space do you think that fills up here? You know how much this is? This is enough to make a bed to sleep on, warm, off the ground. That's enough for a bed. This is enough to make at least 50 campfires right here, off of wet wood. This is enough to pack in your jacket and keep you warm. This is enough to sleep on even here in the car so you don't get the cold from the steel coming up through you. Look how big that is. Look how big that is. It's nothing. Nothingness. And not only that, but you can use it during your normal time to protect your carpet and have a slider for your cargo. Free 99. Free 99. About so much expensive and impressive kit from Bespoke Post. And I want to test, actually. We got to do a test on that stuff later, sometime very soon here. Fire starters and all that stuff, because I think it's kind of cool and kind of neat, kind of kitsch. So several $100 for that one, just a test, just for content. Free 99. Free 99. Which would you have? And you can see how effective it is. Let's go back to our fire. I can warm my coffee over there too. Let's go back. Let's go make sure we're doing our thing here. I love how much taller this hatch is now after we did our DIY lift. Makes it so much easier. I don't have to duck all the damn time. Still do by force of habit, but this is not worried about whacking my head. Let's go man or fire there. Get my fire stick. Get my fire stick. Fire stick, fire stick. Look at that, man. She's still going. That has not slowed down. And that, as you saw, was wet wood. It was only that one piece was dry, and then the underneath what we used, but we also used wet sticks. And the wet sticks are what caught up first, actually, off the dead tree, or dead parts. Then the rest of the wood caught up. We could replay the film if you want to see, just to make sure that I saw that correctly, so I'm not telling you the wrong information here. But look at this. We got Jara already forming. You hear the wind blowing? That's not air movement out here. No wind is blowing here. That's the convection pulling through here. That's why I tell you to build it this way. This way. Whew, that is hot. Whew, oh shit. The camera lens is melting. The little ring around it. That shit ain't no joke. I'll tell you what, that's the way to survive. Anyway, guys are down to 36%. Gonna have to charge you up a minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna go up back to the shop. I'm gonna build up this jar, put some more wood around here to start drying off. And then we're gonna head up and we're gonna take care of that fallen tree over there. So I'm gonna put you guys to charge for a minute. I'm gonna put more of that wet wood, same principle, ring around the rosy, let it heat up, dry out, and that's it. Easy peasy, immediate survival. Bang, bang. All right. Whew, that is good. Look at that. Look at that. Let's see if we can ask him for an interview without catching the cat head on fire. What do you have to say for yourself? You can hear the air movement. Oh, shit, I almost burned my cat. You can hear the air movement. No wind. Listen to the wind. That's just convection. See? Smart. Prep. Free 99. And prep. That's why I teach you how to do what I do. Because I know what to do. Sorry, I'm just being facetious of an asshole right now. But it's kind of cool, you gotta admit. Anyway, let's put you guys to charge. I may just cut that bar out of the video. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't care anymore. I'm big enough to not have to care anymore. I'm big enough. Like, I'm a big movie star. 30,000 subs. Oh. I think I took too much cold medication. Anyway, I'm going to plug you guys in. Charge you for a minute. I'm going to put more ring around the rosy over there. And then, how much battery do I have left in my thingy? I might have to charge this guy too. And the receiver as well. And then we're going to go up and prepare for the tractor. So, see you guys in, for you guys, a couple seconds. For me, probably 10, 20 minutes until you guys charge up. Anyway, see you soon. Let's plug you in. It's the seaport here, which is actually pretty quick charging, which I like. We just had the police helicopter fly overhead nice and low. They probably saw the smoke in the valley. Wanted to see what's up, so I just waved to them and pointed to the fire pit over here, and they were like, oh, cool, and they just flew off right now. So they're good. It's perfectly legal. We're not under a burn ban or anything. And it's contained fire, so that's perfectly fine to do. They were just probably curious to see what the hell all that smoke was coming from out here in the valley. But anyway, check it out. I just put on the extra wet wood right now on top of here to dry up. It's already catching up. But I want you to pay attention down here. Remember how wet it was down there? Look at that hellfire that's down in there. If I can get the camera close enough. Yeah, without melting it. Look at that hellfire. That was all wet down there. That's why the system works. Now we gotta close up these gaps because these gaps are getting a little bit big. I want to keep it a little bit tight. You want to see more of a gap like this. Look at that. Turning into charcoal already. Look at how beautiful that is. We're going to be cooking like mad. It's a little bit too tight. I want to open that up just a smidge. Like that. Bring this in a little bit more. See, now this is smoking over here too much. Bring it over. Ooh, man, you can feel the convection current burn in your hands already. There you go, like that. You want to close up those gaps a little bit. You want a nice tight gap to accelerate gases out. That's the key thing here. Accelerating gases is your friend. Because that shit burns hot. Hotter than any wood would ever burn. You can even use it as gasoline, you know that. Gasoline replacement. Ooh. That's what they did in World War II with many vehicles. You had to have a special permit to run on wood gas. Ah, look at that. Beauty. No propellant. Just some good planning. And a little DIY fuzzy magic. Cool. All right. Well, we're up at 63% now. So we're going to have to... Got my cherry rounds, or cherry branches left over from the spring clipping. I'm going to have to get the Husqvarna down here and trim those suckers up. Anyway, I'm going to let the thing charge a little bit. I'm going to man the fire a little bit longer. And then we'll go ahead and get everything. Ooh, look at that. That's a hellfire going. Holy crap. Whew. That is hot. Hot, hot, hot. I'll make you survive anything. And what was kind of funny is the way you guys were charging and I couldn't grab the camera in time, but it drew attention from an aerial helicopter. Again, rescue. See? You can make it as smoky as you want. Once you get it hot like that, you throw on some wet boughs, like the tree boughs. It smokes like crazy. And it's a dense smoke. It's a smoke that alerts the forestry department or anybody nearby to call to have somebody check it out. That means they're going to come and rescue you. They're going to come and see you. That's the key right there. Survival. For free 99. Check it out. I'm going to charge you guys up a little longer. I'm going to head up to the shop. I'm going to get tractor ready. I got to move another branch down here as well, too. Oh, I'll get that started. And let you guys charge you at 65%, which is not bad. We need it going a little bit longer, so I'm going to plug you guys in for a few more minutes. See you guys in a few, well, milliseconds to you. Anyway, plug you in. Got you guys at a modified chest rig. That's fresh, clean water right here. Look at that flow rate right there. It's going to fill up our well area pretty well. Look at this, all this fresh, clean water. It's gorgeous. Look at that flow right there. Beautiful. Our well is going to be full this summer. Just gorgeous. Nothing better than seeing fresh, clean water flowing. Nice hot fire running. Yeah, it's mountain living right there. Whew, that fire is too hot to even get close to. And of course, nothing like a nice cold modolito. There we go. Cheers. Nothing like mountain living. Look at that. Beautiful slow burn. As that burns down, we're going to have to knock that wood over to start sealing it off so it starts going anoxic. I know we're still trying to burn up a good little coal and jar bed. Then we'll cover it over with its own ash, its own pot ash, and then cover it over with some cherry rounds, which we have left over there. We'll be able to smoke our meat. It's going to be good. They make a good product, man. Mexicans make really good products, man. We often forget that. It's because of the American companies that go there that tell them and give them cheap shit and tell them to do it cheaply and badly. That's the problem. But actually, Mexican-made stuff, it's actually good. They have a lot of great stuff. Very, very good stuff. Amazing. Very hard-working people. They're going to outwork us, that's for damn sure. And they take pride in what they do, too. That's a big thing. A big thing. Hopefully America can get back to that, you know? Look at that beautiful fire. Warm as shit right now. See, I'm telling you, this is a dry heat, though, so at least it won't get you wet, because you're better off being on the cold side than the wet side. So if you have to, get naked, roll in the snow if you have to cool off. But do not get wet, even from sweat and everything. It's going to soak your clothing and then freeze as soon as you stop moving. Not good. If you can, make dry heat. Even then, don't get sweaty. Even with hat and everything around the neck, shoulders area, back, head, all that, you're going to lose a lot of heat very quickly. It's going to make you go hyperthermic a lot faster than you think. God bless the sunny weather. Warm fire, cold beer, hot spicy steaks coming up. You can't win any other way. It's better than the lotto. Alright, well, let's get this set up. We're going to start knocking this over to cut off some of the airflow there and start making it go smoldering a little bit more, because it's going to burn too fast. We don't want this flame keep licking up too high. We want to make it actually so it keeps the jar. Then we're going to head up to the hillside. I found a battery for the little battery-powered saw. Head up there. We're going to cut that tree down, clear the pathway. Probably fire up the tractor, maybe. Probably, because it's kind of a heavy thing to move. And then we're going to take care of a branch over there that fell off from that tree, broke off from the weight of the snow. There you go. All right. Well, let's shut this thing down a little bit and head up the hill. I'll show you how to do that next. Ooh, slippy. My knife away. There we go. It goes that way. There you go. Till keeping the forged in the fire. Very, very tough blade. I like it. Start closing up these vents a little bit. It's going to burn a little bit hot, which is okay because we do need this to burn down quite a bit before we can start putting our meat on there. Actually, no, I might just leave it. Actually, I think it's burning pretty good. It's burning clean, which is very nice. All that wood gas is igniting. Very minimal smoke. Super hot. Whew, that's beautiful. This is essentially just like a modification of a Swedish chimney, essentially. Instead of cutting into one piece of log, you're making it out of several pieces. And it's kind of a multi-layered system as well, too, that self-feeds. You could leave this thing running all night. You have to wake up every now and again and kick the log over and you're done. Most of it just feeds itself. Put some hot rocks around here. Put a nice reflecting wall over here. Sleep over here. Man, you'd be warm as shit. You even take some of those rocks, bury them underneath the sand over here. Put your cardboard down on top of there. Oh, yeah, yo, yo, yo. You sleep like a cat in the sun. Tell you what, that's some good shit right there. You don't got fire, you're gonna die. Fire is your number one thing. Alright, well, let's head up the hillside. Let's stop postulating about survival and actually do something today, huh? That sounds right. Alright, let's go up there. Alright, let's go and grab our fire stick here. We got our chainsaw here. We have to head on up to the hillside. First, let's close this thing down a little bit. There we go. Pretty darn good right there, actually. Close this fire up a little bit more. There we go. Let's close off inside of there a little bit better. There you go, something like that. Bring this in. Oops. Bring this over. Get some of this. Oh boy, this is hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. Look at that beautiful charcoal already forming. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeet. Yeet, yeet. To cook your meat. Flip it over that way. Or something like that. Keep the airflow going. And also keep it sealed up enough so it starts burning in the inside there anoxically. Burns up all its oxygen before it gets there, so it's just slow burn. Make that charcoal. All right, let's go up the hillside. See what we can do. Cool. All right, let's walk up the hill. I'm just basically stuffing the tripod inside of my jacket, and that's basically just holding it. POV, 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 POV. Give you a little POV shot there. Shot a POV. POV dog. Man, this melted off a lot. This is a good 3.5 inches of snow. Melted quick. It's gonna rain on top of this too, so it's gonna be mucky mucky. Mucky tucky. I'm glad I came out here in the morning to enjoy it, because yesterday I was running fevers, man. I couldn't come outside. Hail to the nah. Well, at least I could watch it from the window, and I took some window shots, which is nice. I see here. Yeah, I broke off right there, huh? Right on top of the roadway there. Anyone comes up with their truck not noticing, they're gonna whack that. Yeah, let's see if any shoots are coming off and where. Because this type of trees is alders, man. They like to sprout off pretty good. They tend to sprout pretty good and put some shoots off. I don't see any shoots coming off of this section here. I think it's just pretty much done for. I think we're just gonna cut her down here. Now there's maybe a shoot right here. Might cut up just ahead of that maybe. Just to let the shoot kind of fill in that spot there a little bit. See any other shoots on her? Really don't matter too much. I'm gonna cut it kind of down here at the base here. Let me go get the huskvi. Got my little Dowalski. Put her down there for now. All right, let's go get the husk Varna. Huskvi. All right, let's grab her and get going. We'll unsheath her once we get there so we don't trip on something and slip and cut ourselves, because this bitch is sharp, as you can see by the blood stains on her. That's Viking blood right there, man. Viking blood. There we go. My gloves on. We want to save this little shoot because it's got buds on her. Get her out of the way here real quick. So first, probably gonna have to fall her. Oh, it's kind of tight up in the tree there. We're just gonna have to break her loose, I guess. So first up, I'm gonna have to probably V-notch her at some point here. Probably she's gonna plop off that way, so I'm gonna cut maybe here, V-notch it back here, and then V-notch back here so I don't pinch my blade. I think that's gonna be the game plan. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead. There's a nice little shoot over here. I want to chop the tip of it off. These are pretty tough plants anyway. Let's see, get the safety off. There we go. Chain is a little bit loose here. bring you guys with me so you can see what I'm doing. Cutting up a V-notch right here on the backside. So she has somewhere to fall because she's probably going to pinch over there and then swing out. And we're going to V-notch back here once I knock that part out. Hard to do this with the camera right there in the way. See, that's why it's a forestry axe. It's a good chopper if I can hit, because I can't because the camera's right in my hand swing way over there. There we go. Get it cleaned up right there. Pretty good. All right, let's get the backside here. Get the chainsaw. All right, this is not the best chainsaw. My chain is a little loose, but I'm not gonna tighten it just for one job here. Not right now, anyway. Woo! There she go. Ba-bang. See, exactly like I told you. She's gonna pinch and snap right there. Now she can come free. Probably have to get the tractor to pull her out though. That thing's down. Wango bango, ain't no tango. Love this little thing. Not bad for a little 2 amp hour battery. Save the rest of the battery for the little rounds we gotta cut. All right, take this Husqvarna with us down there. I have to come up with the tractor here. Let's go check on the fire here real quick. Then we'll head back up. And we'll probably just pull that thing over with the rest of the woods over there on the far side, or even right there in that pile. Let's go check on our fire, tend to it real quick. Bring our tools down because we're gonna need them over there. And then we'll just go ahead and grab the thing with the tractor, I guess. We got a strap, tractor, pull her out of there, done. Wango bango, ain't no tango. See? Nothing like homestead living. Pretty easy, pretty easy. I'm gonna chop up some rounds and then go back up for the tractor haul. And haul that son of a bitch out of there. That'll be good. Let's see, actually burning good. Burning just right. Look at that, it opened up quite a bit there. Yeah, opened up a lot right there. It's pretty good. We're gonna go and close her up here in a sec. Let's go put her shit down, POV style here. POV style. Bang. Set it down there for right now. Let's grab this guy. Fortunately, I have 3 different hands to do everything. Look how quick that burned down. I'm burning this up pretty good. I'm gonna start sealing this here. Get the jarring. Look at that beautiful charcoal that just breaks up like that, really nice and easy. And yeah, beautiful. This big old chunker clunker right here. Get her up on top so she can burn a little bit better. Boom, look at all that beautiful charcoal right there. Once we spread her out, keep it nice and tight right now so it stays hot. And once we spread her out, we'll be able to do some fine cooking. That's some good cooking. I think for 5 steaks plus a little salmon, because salmon has to be lower temperature anyway. Should be pretty damn good. I think it'll be right. Yeah, all right. Good. Get it piled in there a little more. It's a little sealed off too much. Open it up a little. This guy in the middle here. Chop these guys down enough so they can fit in there. Okay. Put that over there. These are all the sticks I have left of the cherry trim. So the thing's pretty powerful, and it does pretty good with this little 2 amp hour batteries. Of course, an 8 is going to be a lot better, but it does all right. Cuts pretty damn good. Let's see if we can knock some of these down. At least cut them in half a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. Get this guy down a little. Beautiful. Get that all together. Look at that. As you can tell, it's cherry wood. Look at that bark right there. See that kind of bumpy bark? That's cherry. It's also good if you get the sap. Good for sore throats. It's a natural pain reliever. Yeah, chew on that and your sore throat goes away. Natural. Au natural. I see our fire over here. Doing good, doing good. Might not even be enough charcoal. It's just amazing how much wood you need for a good charcoal bed. It's gonna be enough for what we need. And we're gonna burn some junk paper after we're done cooking anyway. Maybe if we got time. It's gonna be plenty hot, plenty good. Yeah, be aight. I might throw another piece just to have a hot side. That might be a smart idea. Let's see, another yuggy. This guy would be good right here. Get a little bit more of a dry one. It's a little bit of a dry rot to it, but it'll do the job just fine. There we go. So we can get a little more of a charcoal bed going. Back right on top here. Blade down like that. So fire can lick up around it. Something kind of like that. I'm going to bring this guy back in like that. There you go. Maybe a little too tight, I think. I'll see. See if it catches up. Let's see. See, she catching? This is the beauty about having a nice hot charcoal bed that you protect. Because then it's basically will start it up anytime. Give it a little bit of fuel, a little bit of wind. Restarts like you wouldn't believe. Oh yeah, she recranking. Cool. Alright, well at least we got your cherry rounds prepared. I wonder if we could just chop that branch down and just move them by hand. That way we don't have to bring the whole tractor out. It's kind of a pain in the ass just for one branch. I mean, after all, we could just chop it by hand, to be brutally honest. Okay. Alright. Let's go back up there and just chop it by hand, I guess. We got enough battery power on this thing. Probably just do it that way. Be a hell of a lot quicker. Because then we have to pull that big ass log out of there, and that's going to be a pain in the buttocks. The beer rocks. Alright, pain in the beer rocks. Anyway, let's grab our shit and go up there. That's the challenge of filming outside, is a shifting light. And of course you have dimming light as well too. I'll put you guys on this side here. I think we're just going to chop it by hand. I think it'll be just fine. If we just section it, we could just drag it off to the side over there, or even just pile it right here for right now. And we'll pull out the tractor when this ain't all muddy, because it's going to tear all the dirt up. I don't want to be fixing no damn dirt after this. I think that's probably going to be the name of the game. Let's just do that. I think we'll be good. All right, here we go. All right, first I'm going to notch her down here, and we're just going to section right on top here. Here we go. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Nice and controlled. Pack that over there. See if we can drag this son of a bitch somewhere. Oh yeah, we got her. Yeah. Put her down like that. There we go. Let's drag her off the trail at least. Oh, I'm gonna knock the camera over. Manpower. Whoa, that's horsepower right there. Ass power. Boom. Let's see if we can just slide that off. Right there on the branch there. Tangle up in the brush. Whoa. Oh yeah. Look at that. This guy out of the way. This is actually good wood. It's gonna have to season it. Ah yeah. Ass power. Yeah. Put her up here out of the way. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Good. Easy, squeezy, beautiful. Cover girl. All right. All right. Let's grab our shit here. Look at that. Beautiful. Hanging up that way. Very nice tight weave on that wood there. Be beautiful. Beautiful wood. Beautiful holder. And we're going to save it. Put it off the side for right now. Let's get this chainsaw shit. Let's get our stuff. Head on back down. And then we're going to just man the fire and get it cooking. Get cooking, good looking. Plug you guys in to charge up for a bit more. As you've seen how the jar is made. That's all we got to deal with now. Let the jar it. That's it. We'll throw the steaks on there, throw the fish on there. Throw the cherries on there. Oh yeah. Be good. All right, I'll catch up with you guys when we're ready for do some cooking. Yeah. All right, that's looking perfect for just about 5 steaks and 1 fish. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the little rounds on there from the cherry. We're gonna go ahead and get our grate on there. Let the grate kind of cook off. Move these guys over so we have a hot and cold side. I think we're gonna be good. All right, natural refrigeration. Let's get the ashes moved over. Show you how to do that. Grab our shovel here. Yeah. And now what we gotta do, gotta break up our charcoal here. There we go. Let's spread it around. Put the wood bits kind of over here. We got a little bit more of a hot side. There we go. Let's break that down a little bit. Break that down a little bit. The benefit of having a hot charcoal bed is wood just reignites super easily. All right, there we go. Just a little bit of a hot side, cold side. Good. Let's go ahead and get the grate on there next. There we go. Yeah. There's this guy. It's smoking. Hot shovel. All right, here we go. Ooh, la, la, la. All right, see here. Get this hooked on the high side here. You got 2 spots there. One is low, one is high. Always one on the high side there. There we go. Boom. Sure she seats. So that way we eat. Boom. Look at that. All right, so on these dog ears here, you have a low and you have a high. You always want to put on the high side. You see how the cut's higher? You got 3. It's a little bit warped here, but that's fine. There we go. Put that down in there. Sure she seats. We're going to let all that burn off real quick, and then we'll wipe it down. All the rust will burn off, don't worry. Rust ain't going to kill you. We'll go ahead and get our meat and put it on the heat, and then we eat. Yum. Let's do it. I'm going to plop this over here in the snow. Natural frigidation. Put that down here. Good. I want to keep it nice and cold there. All right. Now what we got to do is we got to clean our grate. You can see already all that rust over there is burning off, first of all. It's all just oxidation, so all that just deoxidizes, or whatever. And then we're going to, of course, all the oil and stuff kind of breaks open on there. Now we're going to rub it with paper towel. We're not going to use the wire rubber because you're going to end up with a piece of wire in your meat, and that's not going to be good. Put that over there. Get this guy here. Ball the sucker up. Just rub it. Anyway, any paper is going to burn off, so that's perfectly fine. There we go. Get some fire up on top here. Burn that shit off. There we go. Beautiful. Look at that. Go ahead and grab another ball of paper here. There we go. Grab our tongs. Put tongs here. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and grab this, and we're going to rub it. Rub, rub, rub. This way we don't have any wires stuck in our food. There we go. Rub, rub, rub. Rub, rub, rub. You got the fish? There we go. Boom. All right, just let that catch up, burn off, and we'll knock it down into the fire. Boom. Look at that. Good. Good, good, good. It's plenty hot right there, geez. Feel the heat radiating here. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Good, 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 good. I'm gonna save that beautiful marinade juice for later. Back on the ice. Watcha. There we go. Get our tools at hand here. Perfect. All right. Let the sucker smoke up there. I'm gonna go grab the salmon. Put the salmon here on the cooler side. wrapped up in foil, and then we'll open it to get the smoke a little bit later. Let's go ahead and lift this up real quick and throw those cherry rounds in there. There we go. Boom. Boom, boom. Let's get the bigger chunkers. And first and foremost. There we go. Nice beauties right here. All right. Let's go ahead and get underside here. Throw these on. It's really hot there. Okay. Let's set that down here real quick. It's definitely plenty hot. Whew. Where do we fall off of here? All right, something like that, something like that. Whoa, hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. Whew, there we go. Woo-cha-cha. All right, here we go. Toss these guys under. Okay, something like that. Yeah, I gotta move those guys over a little bit. Right there. There we go. Get this packed under. Move those over so they smoke. Oh my God, I wish you guys can smell how good this smells. Wow, it's just something else, man. Something else altogether. Tell you. All right, let's see, where are we off now? We're off over here. Off over there. We're okay. Over here we're not. Over there we're not. Okay. Let's go ahead and rotate this over. Probably should have done this before I put the meat on there, but whatever. Don't want to waste the smoke. All right, there you go. Boom, boom. Woo, yeah, baby. Look at that. Woo, wow, 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 wow. Smell it. Let's get some sizzle action. Oh, yeah. What you got to say for yourself? Dance the steak around and we should be perfectly fine. Ooh, baby. Oh, that's good. It's okay. I want that sear before I slow cook them. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. Look at that, goodies. Oh, yeah. Woo, baby. Woo. Beautiful. That's why we save the marinade, too. This way, we can tamper the fire down and give her a little extra flavor. Pour it on top of the steaks here. There we go. Look at that smoky goodness. Oh yeah. Can't tell me that ain't delish. Oh, listen to that sizzle, baby, that sizzle. Oh, I bet you're all getting hungry. Yeah, let's go get the fish and put the fish on. Fish. All right, let me go see if the fish is ready. So I keep the Modelo open a little bit. Just tamper the fire a little. Listen to that sizzle. Normally this is our summertime treat, but I know, dead of winter. Not bad, not bad. Pretty good. Bottoms up. Keep the rest of this in case I need to tamper the fire again. It also gives a little bit of flavor to the meat as well, too. I'm going to move these guys out of the way because I'm tripping on them already. There we go. It's okay if they get wet. Perfectly fine because I need them to smolder more than I need them to burn. That fire is hot no matter what. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Whoo, doggy. And those babies cook. Let them cook, let them cook, let them cook. Wow. Cowboy grill. You know, I think it's actually better to have a cowboy grill in the middle of the snow like this. Something just feels more cowboy about it. God, look at that delicious smoke rising up now. Look at that smoke. That's the kind of smoke that won't make you choke. And that ain't no joke. That's just the good shit. Oh, yeah. Now my camera's going to smell like bacon forever. That's what the maple does with the wine and a little bit of beer. Has a very bacony flavor to it. Or not maple, sorry. Cherry. Oh, see, she's flaring up again. This is okay, because for red meat, you need a hotter fire than you do need for seafood. There we go. And I like the beer because when it vaporizes, it gives you the beautiful taste. Almost an effervescence. And who cares if it's backwash for me, because anyway, it's burning off anyway. All right. Put this back in the ice cooler. Yeah. Natural ice cooling. Let's give them a quick flip and see how they do. All right. Let's see. Not the most skilled, but whatever. I'm wearing gloves, work gloves. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful sear there. Oh, yeah. And of course, any good barbecuer has to smack the meat, because otherwise, if you don't, the meat don't know who boss. You gotta show meat who boss. This is a barbacoa here. Look at that. Oh yeah. Hey, it said go that way. Stupid. Oh yeah. Of course, for red meat, you want a little bit more heat penetration because, well, you kind of need to, but you also don't want to sear. I mean, not sear, but char. A little char on the outside is flavorful, but you don't want to burn the shit out of it. Otherwise, your inside ain't going to cook right. And of course, with the high grease, it's going to flare a lot more. So for that, I'm going to keep the beer at hand. Nice and cold. And again, we don't want to do too much. We just want to tamper the fire. There we go. Plus it encourages it to smoke a little bit better. Got another. Yeah, that's what we want. We want the smoke to deep penetrate. All them fibers soak up in there. All right, I'm gonna grab me another one of these and let's see if the fish is ready to put on here on the cool side. Let's go. That's a star kiss right there. There we go. Beautiful. There's a beautiful redness right there. There's a little bit of a char right there on the fat, but that's fine. There's people in this household that like that. Let's see, how is that looking inside there? Looking pretty good. Don't want to make it overdone. Good. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's right, done all the way through. Don't need to do anything more with that. Let's see this guy. There we go. I don't use any temperature probe or anything. Just open her up and see. Oh, that's perfect. God, these beauties are done. Done. Beautiful. Okay, let's pull her off. There we go. Now all I gotta do is just deal with the fish. Those are beautifully done. A little bit of char on one side, but it's not biggie. Also gives it that wood-fired flavor. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Alright. Now, I'm gonna shift these guys over a little bit. These over here on the hotter side for a minute. I'm gonna shift them over to the cooler side. Because at least they're gonna be a little more protected. Give them a little bit of a bake. And we'll open them and let the smoke go in there. Whew, goody. Oh yeah. A little bit of a char right there on the skin, which is gonna be delish. Oh yeah. Whew, yeah, look at that steamy goodness. Go ahead. Let the cherry smoke kind of dip in there. This could also burn through your foil too, so you want to make sure you move it away from the direct heat. Get rid of it. I'll open this up a little bit like this, so we can roll some smoke into there. Keep it like that, so it kind of catches a little bit of smoke as it rolls up. It's flaking pretty good, actually. It's almost there. See this guy interior? A little bit of traction still there. If she's flaking like that already, she might be done. We got a piece of fish here. Let's see. Oh yeah, any more than that, it's gonna be overdone. That was perfect. You have to keep in mind that fish is gonna cook for longer after you take it off the heat. Let's see the center of this guy. Yeah, once it splits like that, you're golden. All right, let's close this down. Close it down, close it down, close it down. Roll the edges here. Like that, like that, like that, like that. Put it on that. Okay, I have to put this on the snow for right now to chill them off so they stop cooking. Like that. Okay, like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, put this up here now. This. Boom. Put it onto the snow here to stop it from cooking. And these are like right at the spot to be done already. Cool. It's the benefit of winter cooking. Keep your shit fresh. There we go. Alright. That's it. Alright, just gonna let this sucker burn down. Drink some beers by the fire, and that's pretty much it. Hallelujah. Man, I feel this. Oh, it's 11 hours, not 1 hour. I only had 1 hour of filming left. I'm like a little fool. Filled this sucker up like super quick. Damn. Right, so this time I'm gonna pack some tools, pack the rest of the cardboard, and head on in. Yeah. That's pretty much it. What time is it? We got people coming already. Got some people over. Got one more coming. Other than that, we good. We're golden. Cool. I'll start packing our shit and getting on. Anyway, the sun is going down, which is perfect timing. We shot already one video in the morning, a whole homestead tour in the snow, in the ice. We saw the cougar tracks, we saw the deer, we heard the elk. We had a damn good day. Not bad for our first day, not sick. Check that shit out. Anyway, stay wild, y'all. Stay sexy. Don't forget to follow, like, comment, subscribe. Comment, subscribe, or mostly comment and like. I think that would be pretty helpful for the channel, or at least comment. That's awesome. I love to engage with everybody. Comment in the community. I'll see y'all next time. Stay wild, y'all. And if you like this homestead stuff, don't forget to check out this playlist over here. And don't forget to check out this latest video this morning. We got to see some cool shit in the deep snow before it, well, melted off. Stay wild. Check out the rest of the channel. I'll see y'all next time. Now we're gonna go eat. Let's go.
Yeah, I make bad choices, but I make them with style. Let's go. Let's go. Rolled up in boots with the dust still fresh. Neon flickers, I ain't looking for rest. Bar tab open like a book I won't read. Got a girl on my arm and a drink I don't need.